What did you say? Your school starts next week on Monday, bud, not tomorrow. You got 4 days to go. Alright, good night. Ooh, fancy, fancy. Yes, but will it actually? Well, good.
Alright, so I have the stream going on my second monitor so I can tell where we're at in the stream.
You're a smart fella. I see you typing in the stream
sending
now.
you the URL.
Yeah. So a slight, 10-minute delay.
Yeah. So I've been trying to go more sustainable with the base.
Okay, I'm gonna hold on just a second and mute the live stream.
Oh, definitely.
I'm hearing that too. Okay, cool. All right, you got easy mealwood farm up. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, I started that one early.
Producing coal generation, but hey, it's a necessity.
Well, so that is going to get phased out. Oh, I don't have any slime to select yet because in 15 seconds or so you'll see my oxidizer or electrolyzer set up.
Cool. You look to be a little short on water, at least in that particular pit.
No, that's the pit. The one next to it is the polluted water. I'm setting up on the left side. You can see an algae distiller. So I've got some exosuits now. That's a new thing for me. And I'm going to go dig out some slime.
Nice.
Turn it into water. Yep,
well, you have a lot of exploring done for Cycle 137, I guess.
Well, I didn't have a lot of stuff near me.
Well, that's fair.
So I had to go out. Oh dear, my storage is unsupported. The floor melted. Yeah, so this is a setup I stole from the internet, and
a pretty standard O2 generation. Although, given that you're running more than one, you really didn't need 2 cells.
So the cell is set up so you don't need filters, and I didn't know how to double it up without making a second cell.
Oh, I got you. You can mirror it directly next to it if you want, or you can set it so the second one is up and to the left, kind of, just a little bit, just like one block up and to the left, and they'll still filter fairly well.
Yeah, the concern I had with mirroring it was that I thought there was something with left to right priority.
6 of them if you mirror it, though. That's the downside.
But yeah, this is all my piping. It's not that exciting.
No, I guess my point is throwing one filter into the mix, because you're guaranteed to get two things out of it, right? Throwing one filter into the mix is cheaper than running 3 pumps.
The filter becomes a choke point, actually.
I wouldn't have thought about it like that.
Yeah, because I can pretty much saturate. I can pretty much saturate the pipes. So.
Gotcha. I've never. I don't know if I've explored at capacity. How those filters end up working. That's interesting. Cool.
Yeah, it's just the two pumps fill the pipe.
Oh, sure.
So to go with a different setup that has, well, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. But
and this is also you got really lucky and got that steam right next to the coal biome.
So I've got that steam vent, and then down below, which you'll see in about 15 seconds, I've got another steam vent. And then up here, I've got an iron volcano. And then over here, I've got a chlorine vent.
You guys need to be quiet and stop talking. Close your eyes and go to sleep.
A CO2 vent.
This is a constant thing till like 9 or 9:30.
Yeah. And there's one more I have not dug up yet. Oh no, I did. It's a minor volcano. There's probably some more that I haven't found yet.
The chlorine is handy, but I mean, I don't know. It certainly reduces all the slime lung bullshit.
Yeah, so I'm
Just
gonna try to drip the water through the chlorine to kill
yeah,
the slime lung. And I
that can
do
work.
have my food storage in
Chlorine. That's a good
yeah,
choice. Yeah.
with a little water lock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't gone to any of the
Thankfully, that's
buildings
still
yet.
work. You still have. Yeah, I'm seeing your pinch of pepper. Um, Thankfully, the water locks still work. I was kind of bummed when briefly you could use naphtha locks, which was freaking awesome, but not for long.
Yeah, this is my first time with anything more than just the basics. So like the exosuit clothing, I never did clothing before. It was in the game, but getting the reed plants was a challenge.
Yeah, agreed.
All the refined stuff is new. All the automation is new too.
Yeah, the automation's pretty cool.
And actually,
Um,
even the bottling is new from when I last played.
oh, really? That's cool. Yeah, I haven't played around with the actual clothing too much, but I have futzed with the exosuits a bunch because yeah, they make it possible.
Yeah. Actually, I
The
need to
fact they
increase.
come with a built-in oxygen supply is nice too. You don't always have folks running back for air.
Yeah, unfortunately, they still have to run back for the bathroom.
Yeah,
I
that happens
wish
eventually, I
I wish you
guess.
could just hook up like a dirty water outlet or something.
Yeah. To the exosuit
Yeah.
station. Yeah, that'd be cool.
So yeah, I'm still waiting for people to finish building the slime processing area. And I can't yet.
This is pretty hardy for for sub 150. That's not bad. It
What was
does
that?
explain why you ran through your water. Um, Not, I won't say early per se, but you're out of. It looks like you're out of polluted water too, so that's trouble.
Yeah, well, I was making I was feeding the pinch of peppers and the bristle blossoms, and that was just slowly siphoning it off.
Yeah. And what 100? Sorry, rather 52 kilocal will get you, or 52,000 kilocal will get you through at least the week's worth of cycles or so.
Oh yeah, and I can turn on the microbe mushers at a higher priority, and they'll make a ton of food.
Yeah. Yeah. By this point, I really try and stay away from those. The mush bars.
Yeah, I haven't been using the mush bars
Stop
at all.
talking and go to
Just
sleep.
the lice loaf.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, they're getting
Have you started any
close.
sweet wheat at all?
No, not yet. I was so
That needs
first
to
it
be a
was
priority, man.
yeah, I know. First it was the oxygen panics. I had a few there
Hmm.
where the entire base got down to like the purple color.
Yep.
Um, so that was the first electrolyzer that started recovering it. The second should keep the exosuits filled.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have to build some more exosuits though. Oh, and I should have more copper now. Or refined metals, I should say.
How are you finding the electrical?
You mean in terms of having enough power?
Well, a combination of that and also the circuit setups with this new refined wire stuff.
I have not played with any of the
Huh?
conductive wires.
Fair enough. Well, it looks like you're still on manual mashing, so I can't blame you for that. It takes a long time to get to actually getting a refinery up, and even once you do, having enough of metal to really wire your bases.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I know what you mean. Sorry,
Sorry,
it took
yeah,
me a while.
masher.
I thought you were
rock
talking about the
really
food.
sorry.
Um,
Well, you
and I'm gonna...
you have yours set up pretty much the way I tend to set mine up, which is pick a side, throw a bunch of transformers, in a vertical set, and then run horizontal lines out from there.
Yeah, and then I had to run the trunk over to the hydrogen generators. I guess I
Yeah.
could have pumped the hydrogen back, but to me this made more sense. But yeah,
Yeah, I tend not to filter, or sorry, not to use those little cells, and not to filter either. I tend to use a capture point at the topmost point in my base,
yeah.
and set it with a elemental filter through the automation to
So
tell it
if there's
so
hydrogen,
you'll set the little elemental gas filter maybe 2 or 3 tiles below your pump, and you'll just set the pump to activate only if it's hydrogen in the cell.
so I
It
thought
basically guarantees it.
maybe I was looking in the wrong spot. I thought the element sensors were only for the pipes, but maybe that's just the liquid stuff.
Yeah, there's a
Oh
gaseous
no.
element sensor.
Okay, there's gas pipe element sensor, and then under automation there's the actual gaseous element sensor. Okay.
What? Yes, yeah, right. I see what you mean. Yeah, so you can sense the element in the pipe, but you can also just sense it free floating.
Yeah, I didn't realize there was the second
Yeah.
sensor there.
So I usually at the very top of my base have like a little collection cone, if you will, and then it narrows down to just 2 bricks wide, and it's maybe 5 tall. And at the opening, I'll throw one of those down and
And you
throw
just pump out the
a
hydrogen.
pump or maybe 2 at the top. Usually just one's plenty. And so I just let the oxygen generate right in the base most of the time.
It's not a bad idea.
Well,
I mean, so one of my
some...
concerns was
Mhm.
that the gas generated comes out at a high temperature, I think.
It does, that is true. And if you're generating a lot of it, it can become a concern rather quickly. If you place a single Weezwort directly next to a single oxygen generator,
Yeah.
or whatever they're called, it effectively cancels. And I tend to space them out a little bit so that they're not like one area is getting a ton of extra heat. Because you're right, locally you'll get some spikes.
Yeah.
But with, like I said, I think I'm averaging right now. I'm probably way too high, but I have 4 running in the base with 4 Weezworts. No, sorry, with 6 Weezworts. 1 right next to each one of them, and then kind of 2 more in the central region. Actually, one of them's kind of cooling batteries. I guess it's kind of doing something. Whatever.
Yeah. So this is still pretty new to me. So.
Yeah, it's awesome. You definitely have a pretty well built up base.
Well, the other one was wasn't too far off from this. I had the coal. Coal was running. I had a little med bay, I think. A nice bathroom. I still had a water reservoir, so in that regard, I'm better off. But I ran out of algae, and I was just chewing through it because I did not have an electrolyzer set up yet.
Gotcha. Yeah, that'll wreck you if you're not ready for it. Yeah, it looks like the stream froze.
Oh,
So what
it's still running for me.
I'll reload it. What is your longer term plan for food? Obviously, Blossom isn't really.
Yeah, sleet wheat is definitely on the list. I think the stuffed berry is a good food. I've got the pinch of pepper plants. I was going to set up a bigger bristleberry farm.
Sure.
With the if you use a ceiling light and you put it up like 6 tiles, one light can cover a whole bunch of farm tiles.
Yeah, you just have to be willing to sacrifice that vertical height. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got room for it. I just need to
No,
I
you're
don't know.
right though. From a power perspective, it does a good job. The only downside is, of course, feeding all the water that the berries need.
Well, so once I are they freshwater or?
Unfortunately.
Oh yeah. So once I get the algae distilling set up, it should be pretty good.
I'll be
Which,
honest, I haven't done too much with algae distilling, and I need to futz around with that more.
yeah, I've been avoiding it because of the germs.
Yeah, me too. That's the major reason.
Yeah, but I would love to get it set up so I can just pump chlorine into those biomes from my gas vent,
Mm-hmm.
and then dig out the
Now,
slime
basically,
and have
yeah,
it just disinfect behind me.
yeah.
But hopefully the slime will help.
Yeah, I mean, longer term, having a sleet root farm that can make you some, what is it, frost buns, I guess, is a pretty steady source of food. I
Yep.
think, if I
Actually,
remember correctly, you only needed like maybe 3 plants per dupe or something like that. So
yeah, it's pretty low.
um, it's very low outset cost in materials, but it's more importantly, it's very low outset cost in dupe time. Because you're not out there, harvesting a bunch of items. I mean, you still got to pick them up and carry them all back, I guess, unless you get up to the transport system. So,
Yeah, so I have pretty much everything researched. Missing a few things. So the rocketry upgrade just came out today, I think.
oh yeah,
Um,
officially, yeah, it
yeah,
was really, yeah, just a little bit ago.
so I can't actually research basic rocketry yet, and I'm working on industrial storage, and then the only other thing is catalytics, which lets you make oxalite. Um, but yeah, the I guess the rocketry stuff is really what's meant to let you go fully sustainable.
Right, yeah, it's intended to let you basically repeatedly go out to quote other planets and
Yeah.
uh,
Have you
although the
played with?
returns from some of the streams that I've seen, or other YouTube videos I've seen, have been really poor.
It
Um,
might be like a skill thing where the astronauts need to get better skills.
yeah, it's certainly possible, and I mean we're still not at a full release, so who
Yeah.
knows? I'm sure balance is a factor they're still working out.
But yeah, I'm working towards once I get back to kind of a sustainable point. Crap, did I
Mm,
run out of water there? No. So once I get back to a sustainable point, my plan is to get plastic going,
yeah, yeah,
since I
that's
need that.
probably a good
That's
next
really the
step.
next step. Yeah.
Yeah. And actually, oh, so that leads me to one last question. Then actually, I gotta run. What is your base cooling situation?
Right now, I just haven't had a problem yet.
Well,
I've got the cold zones. I've been doing a lot of the generation in there.
nice.
Um, I have 2 Wheezeworts in the base, and that's doing a pretty good job so far.
Ooh.
And a bunch of these walls are abyssalite. I don't remember which ones, but
Oh, really? Well,
yeah.
that'll help. That'll definitely help put a damper on any temperature changes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know
you're
most of the wall towards
really
the
fine
power
cooling on,
stuff.
but in the base is not bad.
Yeah.
You got some heat encroaching from the left, but not bad.
Yeah, so this is the wall that's not abyssalite.
Mm.
But I feel like a few Wheezeworts and I could cut that.
Yeah,
The
you
one
could
up
keep
here
that
is
under control
recent.
pretty well. It looks like you've done a good job at keeping most of your heat elements out of your base, with the exception of that battery bank and coal generators at the very bottom. So,
Yeah, and that's the early stuff. I could relocate that at some point.
oh yeah,
But I
cool.
have the Wheezewort down there, and that seems to be keeping the gas that comes through there from getting too hot.
Yeah, I was
But
gonna say
the
that's what it looks like. It's doing a really good job at kind of keeping it down.
yeah,
Cool. All right, man. Well, like I said, I'm gonna run, but if you get a chance to play any more Two Point Hospital, I'll be happy to see it. Well, it was kind of I was kind of interested, and one of the reasons why I grabbed it was because I was hoping some other folks would get it. So when I saw you did, I was really excited. The in-game stuff, like you can see other people's stats as they're going along and whatnot.
Yeah, I did notice it. I think it said that it pointed out all the levels that you had played. You were ahead of
Oh,
me.
yeah, that's fair. I've been playing that far too much probably recently. All right, man. Well, hey, I hope you have a good evening. If